Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Am I here? Where are we? Oh, excuse me. Alzheimer's is setting in already. Oh yeah, not a spring chick? Well, hello. How are you? Well, welcome. It's a beautiful day at the marina. And you never know when it'll catch you. Okay, so Earth is calling Not a Spring Chick with Oldecam for OFN with comments on the headlines of today. 5 militants blow themselves up in Kabul siege.
Well, at least they're the only ones who got killed this time.
White House cautions against restricting aid to Iraq.
Like they're going to have any choice in the matter.
Microsoft eyes Yahoo retention plan, court papers.
Well, basically they're saying what the people at Yahoo want to hear them say, but don't bet on Microsoft living up to anything that Microsoft ever says.
Comedian turned candidate Franken to pay $70,000 in back taxes.
Yeah, it seems he hadn't paid taxes in 17 different states, but he wants to represent the people of the country by raising taxes on everybody else. That's his campaign. People need to pay more taxes.
Oh, interesting. Obama's quandary over preacher reflects supporters' divide.
Well, yeah, his basic support is among the young Afro-Americans, and the working class simply don't buy that he doesn't support rights views.
2 beef processors cited for humane violations.
Well, they were inhumanely killing animals for people to eat.
Dangers remain for Virginians digging through twister debris.
Well, yeah, because the stuff is piled on top of things. I mean, unless you do it right, you can kill yourself. They didn't have anybody killed.
Fed expected to cut key interest rates one more time.
Yeah, and the hint was that because they have now said there won't be any more cuts, that people are now going to go out and spend money like they haven't spent in a long time, which is ridiculous.
Olympic torch arrives in Hong Kong after activists deported.
Yeah, that's how the Chinese handled it. You know, we all know how they deported them. They deported them to this jail cell, to this jail cell.
Scientists seek clues as Reno earthquakes keep shaking.
Well, it's simple. It's like granite is like jelly. You shake it and it moves, and that's what Reno sits on, is granite blocks.
Americans unload prized belongings to make ends meet.
It means they got all this stuff that they shouldn't have bought and couldn't afford. Now they're dumping it.
Oh, what is the price of gold now?
Yeah.
Army widens probe after finding bad conditions at Fort Bragg.
I mean, basically, that's sort of an impossibility because my father in the military, you know, and my family's been in the military a long time. You basically don't allow barracks to look like pig pens because sergeants get in trouble for that happening.
Turkey's parliament softens law restricting free speech.
Well, basically they can't join the European Union unless they start loosening up on some of their secular problems in Turkey.
New pastor to head Obama's 8,000-member Chicago church.
Well, he's known as the hip hop, you know, and he said he preaches the gospel of Jay-Z.
Oh, interesting. I bet that's an interesting sermon too. Outside groups compete for political ad time.
Meaning, you know, Move On and other organizations. You know, the candidates are spending so much time on the air that the attack people don't have any place to put their attack ads.
Oh boy, McCain seeks tax credit to help buy health insurance.
Yeah, what the problem is you know, you're going to give every family $5,000 in tax credit. You still have to pay the bill to begin with. If you don't have the $5,000, tax credits aren't going to work.
Obama says rivals Clinton, McCain pandering on gas tax.
That's the problem. Obama doesn't realize that a feel-good thing is often what people want. They don't want to be told that you're going to have to suffer more, and you're going to have to suffer for years.
Oh gosh, yes, that's right. Countrywide loses $893 million in first quarter on rising loss reserve.
That's right, because they're cutting into what Bank of America gave them to get them through the problems.
Consumer confidence drops in April on inflation and job worries.
Actually, people aren't really losing their jobs. They're just, you know, they just aren't making the money they need to be able to pay the bills that they ran up.
Well, I think people are just tightening up because they're not certain what's going on.
One example, you know, how stupid things is that the electronics stores like Best Buy and other, Circuit City, all of them said they're going to raise the prices on all the merchandise in the store to make up for the higher cost. by raising the cost of merchandise, people are going to buy even less. That
Oh,
will cause people to lose their jobs.
well, okay, so if they couldn't afford it, so let's increase the price, so we'll just have a higher price for things people can't afford.
That's right.
Food scientists say stop biofuels to fight world hunger.
Yeah, because they said that I think billions of people are going to be affected because of the world's demand for biofuel now.
Hasn't the World Health Organization been saying that for a while?
That's right. Everybody but the green people.
Ah, watch out for that carbon credit.
See, remember though, the green people would be just as happy if the world wasn't populated by as many humans and starve them to death. That's going to happen.
Huh. Biologists say dozens of grizzlies reside in Anchorage.
That's a fun place to live.
Judge orders federal government to decide polar bear listing.
Yeah, they decided no before, so now he's given 15 days to decide no again.
New CEO named at 3Com in wake of failed buyout.
Yeah, it's just another one of those companies that the Democrats are going to tax because they're making so much profits.
Families of contaminated heparin victims tell stories of death.
Well, yeah, it's just the Democrats want to bring drugs in from foreign countries, and this is an example of when you bring a drug in that isn't monitored by our people's strict policies. People die.
Senate to debate air traffic troubles.
Main Democrats are going to debate it. They're going to have more hearings, and Democrats are good at hearings.
Oh. Ties to Wright and William Ayers. His on-again and off-again flag pin. Utterance about bitter voters. His wife suggesting the previous lack of pride in America are defining Obama.
And that's the problem is, today he went and said, I've handled the Wright problem, we're not going to talk about it anymore, and it's finished. And then all they did was talk about it because that's all people want to hear.
Critics slam GTA 4. Is that Grand Theft Auto?
That's Grand Theft Auto.
Without a test drive.
Well, it's like they said, I don't have to use it to know how bad it really is. You know, nothing like that type of, I don't have to look at that book and open those pages to know that that book is dirty.
And how many millions of dollars is Grand Theft Auto going to do?
It said 350 million first day. They love the bad publicity.
I bet they do. The Miley Cyrus uproar.
Yeah, they made a calculation that it is working. Disney's going to make $1 billion. She was going to make 17 million. So now Disney's going to have to come up a little bit, or Disney's likely to find more than 1/3 of a back being seen.
Aha. China has stepped up persecution of Buddhist monks with mass detentions.
Yeah, and they were going to, the Olympic Games figured that the Chinese would stop doing this if they gave them the games.
100 million people have already been pushed into poverty due to a man-made food crisis, while as many as 2 billion are on the verge of disaster.
That's right. Land is going to ethanol use.
Home prices continue to fall nationwide through February, prompting concerns that the market bottom has yet to be reached.
Unfortunately, the Real Estate Council just a little while ago, said their bottom has been reached and that people are going to start putting their houses on the market and buying like they haven't bought before. Of course, you can't get loans, and there's 18 million vacant homes out there now, but its bottom has been reached.
A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
You ever feel that you spend more time trying to make your computer work than you actually spend using it to work?
Ah.
We
Yeah.
live by the computers, folks.